Yo, 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 welcome back to the Game Talk podcast. As always, I'm your co host, Tyrese, here with my co host, Shad. And before we even get the video started, I just want to give a reminder to like, follow, comment, subscribe to us. As you know, we're here with episode 2. I'm excited to pump out content. As always, you can find us on all platforms under Game Talk with Ty. How we doing today, Shad? How we doing today?
Doing good. We're doing good. Just excited to get to episode two. Episode one, was a little banger. I'm excited to get to episode two. Get things rolling. We got a lot to talk about.
Yes, episode 2 is here. We live. We in action. I'm excited. We got a jam-packed show for you guys. We're going to discuss a lot of topics today, but we wanna start off with a little week 4 rundown of the NFL. Give us our thoughts on some of the big games, some of the biggest headlines. And speaking of headlines, we're gonna start this show the way we started last show, talking about Jackson Dart and his first start.
Yeah,
I know you see
boy.
my boy. By the way, I was all doom and gloom last week. We back. We back this week. Giants, we back. I see 2 and 3 in our future, but we're gonna get into that a little later. That's a little preview for the next segment. But Shy, how we feeling about Jackson Dart? Tell me. You see my boy.
Touchdown, 11 yards, passing, 65 completion rating, 96 passer rating. He got y'all the dub. Yeah,
That's
that's
all that matters.
exactly what he
All
did.
that
He got
matters.
y'all the dub.
That's
That's why they was
all.
going off after the game, hugging each other.
Listen.
Remember when Steve Nash hugged Captain KD
Yes,
during
yes.
the playoffs? Yeah, coach hugged Jackson Dart. I'm like, he
Hey,
only got 111,
do
but
you do
damn,
you
how you
realize
hugging him like it was a playoff game or
Do,
something?
do you realize? Do you realize that's our second win in the last 15 games? I'll be hugging them too. We haven't seen wins. Listen. I know you just read off his stats, and I know we had a lot of haters out there talking about what he didn't do, what he couldn't produce. But I just need to remind you guys that I think we got something special. I think he showed out. Should I say he showed out? He showed us what he was made of. We got a future star in the making, franchise quarterback. You heard it here first. I told you guys I'm locked in. I'm back locked in with the Giants. You know, it's good that I don't have to watch Russell Wilson play quarterback no more. Unfortunately, Malik Neighbors is hurt for us this week. Yes, clap it up, please. That
God,
round of
God,
applause.
what's that? God, and go back to
Listen,
Sierra. Oh,
listen,
you gotta go back to that. Go
listen.
go back to Fisi because you throwing too many picks. You're not the same. Like I told you last week, he's not the Seahawks Russ anymore. That's
Listen.
over. Gone.
You know, watching
Never to
watching
return again. It's gone.
watching Russell Wilson play football this year has been depressing, but I ain't gonna say it's all his fault. It's not all on him. You know, he didn't have a very creative offense, to needless to say the least. But I don't know who he fought that on, whether that be him or whether that be Brian Dable, because it was a tough watch through 3 weeks. But
Quarterback, the quarterback got to take most of the blame.
listen,
For the
listen,
time, you blame the
listen,
quarterback.
listen. What I will say is, coming into that Chargers game, by the way, I picked the Giants to win last week. So
But yeah,
you heard,
likewise. So did I.
listen,
So did I.
But coming into that Chargers game, facing the type of defense that he had to face, a top 5 unit ranked at the time, top 4
Mhm.
ranked at the time. I know they was without Khalil Mack, but they still have a very viable, decent defense with Jesse Winker at the helm. And listen, what I will say, watching that first drive, let me take you through as a Giants fan, right? Because don't listen,
Talk to
don't
me.
judge me. Don't judge me. Now I'm gonna say something that you might say, "Well, dang, you a Giants fan? You didn't watch Jackson Dart's first start live?" Listen, I had a baptism to go to. Shout out my boy, David Castillo. He got
Respectfully,
baptized Sunday, respectfully. So I didn't get a chance to watch the whole game live, but I did catch the fourth quarter and watch us pull out. But I went back and watched the game. That first drive really showed me something. And as a Giants fan, it inspired hope. And you know why it inspired hope? Because that drive featured 3 young playmakers. We have Jackson Dart, we have Cam Scatterboot, aka the second coming of Peyton Hillis. I love that guy, the way he runs angry. I love watching him play. But we also have Malik Neighbors. And what made that drive so special is I
Mhm.
think you have a foundation on offense, alongside all the other complementary pieces, but you had a foundational offense, and I think you saw it. For now, unfortunately, Malik Neighbors, like I
Yeah,
mentioned
yeah,
earlier, got
I
hurt.
had, like you said, we had.
We had, yes, but as a Giants fan, we can't have good things. We can celebrate a win, but now we gotta mourn our star wide receivers knee injury,
New
unfortunately.
York teams, New York
New
teams
York
for
teams, yes, New York
NFL.
teams.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, listen, Sunday, I will say though, watching that game, watching that first drive, that was special. To come out and do what he did,
Oh yeah,
first drive
that.
against that defense, that was special. That was special to watch. Now we did struggle at certain points in times in the red zone to score. I don't like
Mhm.
some of the play calling that was called, but I do think that the Jackson Dart played well for what he was asked to do. He took a little too many sacks. He still got to work on sliding. But you
That's
want to
cool.
hear it? You want to hear a hot take about my boy Jackson and who I think he could be in the NFL?
Wow, talk to me.
Now, I heard a lot of people trying to compare his game to modern day Tim Tebow, but I feel like that's disrespecting my boy. Because listen, no disrespect to Tim Tebow. We all know he struggled to throw the ball.
Yeah,
I like
Florida
I
Gators or
for
or
the
or Denver Broncos.
Denver
Those
Broncos.
two different levels.
But I can see where people be like, "Oh, Jackson Dart, that little
Mhm,
gimmicky offense we was running." But now, guys, remind you, our star receiver, focal point of the offense, was out in the second quarter. After the second quarter, should I say? So that probably, that had to have changed the game plan from that point on. So we had to do what we can to, because like I said, the Chargers have a tough defense. But listen, the way he competes, the way the emotion he showed, I don't, and my whole Giants fandom,
mhm.
I've never seen my quarterback show that much emotion. He pumped me up. I felt like I could have ran through a wall. I felt like I wanted to go out there and catch a pass from him.
He
That's
was
how
he
much
was
energy he put into me.
Listen,
But
on every third
just off,
down, he made a way. Like he just made a way.
he
Like
made a
he was.
play, and that's what I'm saying. We were 7 of 15 on third downs, and to my count, Jackson Dart picked up 6 of those by himself, whether he made the pass or whether he ran, and
Team on my back.
it's just so much.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Now, like I said, I want him to slide in the future. I want him to get down, learn how to slide. You don't gotta run over everybody. But the energy, the passion he played with just was so infectious to the team. You can see it. It fled through the defense. But
Mhm.
hot take. I think he got a little Baker Mayfield in him. I think he got a little Baker Mayfield. I could see from a personality standpoint Baker Mayfield. I know people be saying Jalen Hurts, but I'm gonna go a little outside the box. I'm gonna go Baker. I like the Baker Mayfield comp for Jackson Dart.
I'll say
What's your
Baker
thoughts?
Mayfield. I'll say Baker Mayfield with a little bit more swag. I feel like you can see his
I don't
swag.
know,
You
bruh.
saw
I
his
don't
TV.
know.
You saw his touchdown celebration.
The
It
dance,
was
the
funny
little
as
dance,
hell. I was like, all right, get that shit, get that shit.
the little
That's what
dance,
I'm
the
saying.
little
Like
dance.
Baker Mayfield, he got swag. It's you can they can both have swag rather, and it still be a little different, a little tweak. He do this type, and he has this type of swag. But
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel
But
like Jackson Dart, I can agree. To your question, I can agree. Yeah, he's giving me Mayfield vibes. Definitely, he is.
yo, the way Mayfield just do whatever he can to win and make plays and trash talk in the meantime and just bring that energy and that passion to the game. I
Uh-huh.
think Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart, if all goes well for him, no, and all seriousness, this is not even me being the overly optimistic Giants fan. This is just me being honest. I
Uh-huh.
think he could be a top 12 quarterback in the league. Top 12. I think he has the ceiling of a Baker Mayfield. I really do think that.
Little early, but I can see
No, 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 little early. Listen,
I
listen.
can see the
Part 2.
manifestation in his career, but I mean,
Listen,
little
I don't,
early.
I don't listen. This year without Malik is going to be a little tough. But the combination of him and Scatterboo, woo, woo,
Yeah,
combination of him and Scat. Oh my
I ain't,
God, I
I ain't
love
gonna
it.
hold. At
I
times,
love the way they play.
they was really like surprised me, like getting those third
Yes.
downs and
But
Scatterable
did
just
you
running through and trying to run over
did you
everybody.
see everybody? Listen, I don't know how long he gonna last playing the way he play because his
Don't
way
worry about that.
to
Don't
get
worry about that. Just enjoy
you're
it
right,
while it's
you're right,
here.
you're right.
Don't worry
Just
about that. You
enjoy while
can't
it
talk
lasts.
like
Listen,
just don't worry
listen.
about
I
it.
love it. I love it, but for the well-being and the safety of him, I'm so scared for his future.
Yeah.
Cause listen, he don't avoid the defender. He try to run through the defenders. Did you? By
Yeah.
the way, on the opening drive, the Jackson Dart touchdown run. Did you see the block he threw on
Yeah.
Henley, the linebacker?
Throwing his life into the
Listen,
block. Yes.
listen. He's one of my favorite. He's already one of my favorite Giants players of all time, and he hasn't even played the full season yet, and he's only a couple games into his career. But I truly do. I'm excited for this Giants team, and I don't know what the rest of this season is going to look like. But with Jackson Dart at the helm, at least it gives me a reason to watch. So I'm excited.
Definitely.
But we'll move
Told you
on. We'll move on. We'll move on.
this game gives you hope, just like another game is gonna give my team some hope. But we'll get to that.
We can touch into your Ravens. So
No, no,
talk to me,
no,
buddy.
no.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Listen. I told you last week. The Chiefs was gonna come
Yeah.
in there, gonna do something crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, hey, welcome.
Let's
I
get
wanna,
into it. Let's get into it. Bet. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right.
as a Giants fan, officially, I would like to welcome you to the 1-3 club.
Anyway,
It's nice
let's
to
get
have some company for once.
I
It's
like to
nice to have some company for once.
I would like to welcome you to the playoff club, but that invitation just keep getting lost. So
Listen, come on,
I don't
bro.
know.
Come on, you ain't got listen. On the way y'all had it this year, we can make next week's episode draft position, early scouting, where the Ravens and the Giants gonna be picking at the top 10. The way y'all had it, with all the injuries y'all got. Is Lamar
Listen,
playing this week, by the way?
there was a
I'll let you
report that got out.
vent. I'll let you vent.
There was a report that got out that Lamar, there's a possibility that he might play. And then I see another report that say 2 to 3 weeks. There's been 2 reports circulating for the past couple of
Conflicting
days
reports.
that he
I know he
might
hasn't
actually
practiced this
play.
week.
Yeah, he didn't practice, but he actually might play. But it's like, Sunday around the corner. But you gotta make a decision now. And you need
Forget
you
that. Forget
think he
that.
could go without my question to you think he could go without practice and still come out there and play? You think he's that great?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I know he's that great.
Set your ass
He's
up,
not.
'cause I know he
Listen,
that great.
he's not the reason. He's not the reason you're 1-3. I got a whole lot of issues, but Lamar
Yeah.
ain't
Oh
one of
yeah,
them. That's all
definitely.
I'm gonna say.
They've
But
People have been saying he's been
I ain't gonna let
playing
you.
MVP caliber football, but it's like you don't notice it because you see everything else around. You see the travesty all across the field.
Yes.
In the DBs, the linebackers, the defensive tackle, everywhere. The coaching, offense, defense coordinator. I don't want to hit the GM. Eric DeCosta. I'm coming to you next because you next.
Hey, whoa,
Versus Harbaugh. It is you.
whoa. Slow down now. I ain't gonna sit here and call Eric DeCosta out. Listen, I'll take Eric DeCosta. If you get rid of him, we'll trade
Him
you
and
Joe Shane for
Him
Eric
and Harbaugh.
DeCosta. Then you,
No, him and Harbaugh is best friends.
if you give it, if you giving that coaching duo away, I'll take it as a Giants fan. I'll take it over what I got right now. I don't even have trust. We beat the Saints this week.
Sheesh, yeah, y'all need a high school coach. Y'all need you could go out there and coach right now.
Hey, you. But nah, I ain't gonna let you slide through the cracks though. I ain't gonna let you try to navigate your way out of talking about this Chiefs game. Let me know what happened. Let me know what happened.
Yeah, it was very visible that there was a lot of Ravens players giving up. Like I heard some people saying that, some Ravens fan, Ravens fan pages saying that, but I'm like, nah, ain't no way. But Then I'll rewatch the game, and I'm seeing clips circulate across the internet of Lamar sitting there. Normally you'll be in the medical tent, or you'll be back in the locker room. Why are you still sitting there on
Yeah,
the medical bench on the side of the field watching the whole rest of the end of the third quarter? Don't forget he got taken out at the end of the third quarter. And when I saw across my screen that Cooper Rush was about to come in, I was like, oh yeah, I'm done. It's time to take my nap. I'm done. Yeah, it's time to go to sleep, watch a movie, play 2K, something. It's wraps. Cooper Rush, like you think we about to have some? Yeah, they didn't have a good offensive plan for Zay Flowers. They weren't giving Derrick Henry the ball enough, which is crazy. Like his carries did not hit double digits. His carries did not hit double digits, and that's
I
saying
mean,
something
I
very sad.
mean,
If your defense is
they were
that
losing.
bad,
They were.
you know what I'm saying? If your defense is that bad, you need to be able to. That's why you have a Derrick Henry, basically, so we can run the
They were.
ball.
They
And
were losing the. They were losing the whole game. When were they going to give the? When were they going to get a ball to Derrick Henry?
I don't know.
Patrick Mahomes
You gotta
said,
ask
"Tat tat
Harbaugh
tat."
that. You gotta ask John Harbaugh
Listen,
that.
listen. I. That's an interesting take though, to say the Ravens players quit. I ain't want to ever call out nobody's effort unless it's blatant.
You
But to
saw
say they
body
quit,
language.
that's an
It's like
interesting take.
we were chasing. We're that slow. We were chasing everybody. We made minimum amount of tackles. We're last in defense. I checked the other day. We're 32nd in defense. That's last. The Jets got better defense, and they're 0-4.
Yeah.
We won the game. The Saints
the
have
way
better
the
defense.
Ravens play defense
The,
right
the
now,
Yeah, the Tennessee Titans got better defense, but they didn't even win a game. They're 0-4.
listen, the way the Ravens playing defense right now, it made me feel like I can go run 80 yards on them up the A gap
Yeah, give me a helmet.
and go
Put
score.
me in, Coach Mahomes. Throw me a slant real quick. Let me get a TD real quick. Throw me a little slant. On sleep.
No, literally. I'm never want to criticize. I'm never want to criticize a man's job, and I personally think, it's not all Zach Orr's fault. He is dealing with some injuries. It do seem to be like a scheme problem. I don't know. Sometimes to me, and I never played the game of football, but just from an outsider's point of view as a fan, sometimes it looks like, especially in a run game, sometimes it looks like y'all consistently take the wrong gap. Like, I feel like y'all never where y'all supposed to be, and I don't know if that's coaching, I don't know if that's players, but I don't know. Something's gotta shake, because
Wait,
at
hold
some
on.
point it just can't just be injuries.
That's the last thing that I'm going to say about the Ravens, because I still have hope. If we lose this Texans game this Sunday, yeah, it's over. 1-5 easily. 1-5. But
Play,
if we can go,
ooh,
yeah, 1-5. But if we could go like 2-4 before the bye, then we still have hope. Like at
yeah,
least
yeah,
two
yeah.
and because yeah. But our offensive line is horrible as well. Offensive line is horrible.
Is this
Lamar Jackson has been the most sacked quarterback this season, and that's saying something, because come on now, that's Lamar.
Yeah, that Lions game kind of, I never
Yeah,
seen
that was
Lamar
sad.
get
That was
touched that
sad.
much.
Yeah,
That that Lions game was really, 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 really crazy. In all my years of watching Lamar in college to the NFL, I'd never seen him get touched the way he
I
got
think he
touched. Like
got sacked 7 times. Like
seven
that's
times,
ridiculous.
7 times.
That's like you playing Madden
He
or something.
listen. He made me personally remember the name Mohammed from the backup that
Yeah,
got
yeah.
him 2 times.
Somebody that was on the way out the league. It gave him what? And now other teams looking at Muhammad now because come on, our O line is garbage. It's ridiculous. It's remedial. It's like slow. Like we can't get to the defensive player in time. It's like our reaction time is like 2 seconds behind after the ball is hiked. It's a bad look. We like a immature and highly immature team. We don't study, we don't do nothing. We just eat what we want, come to practice late, and that we look like that type of team. As long as I'm getting my check, type of
Honestly,
team.
honestly, honestly, like I told you, I feel like the Ravens they need a whole identity rebrand right now. I feel like they don't realize who their best player is on offense. That's Lamar
Mm-mm.
Jackson. And they don't realize that in their defense, see, the confusing thing about their defense is, yeah, I understand they have injuries, all that, but they still got Raekwon Smith. They still got Kyle Hamilton. They still got the cornerback. Why am I blinking his name?
Marlon?
Alabama corner. Man,
Marlon?
yeah, Marlon. They still got Marlon Humphrey, right? Yo, you still got brandable names on this defense, and I know the rookie hasn't really made the type of impact that I expected him to make, but I like Malachi Starks. I feel like he gonna be a great compliment to Kyle Hamilton. But yeah, I feel like you have all these names on the defense. Like I don't know what it is. What's the struggle? Like I said, when I watch it, it just never looks like y'all in the right space. Like that first drive of the Chiefs game where y'all was able to hold them to a field goal in the red zone was like your only good defensive possession of that game. After that, it went all downhill from there, and I just don't know what happened.
But
Like, I don't know what
that
happened
first
from game to
drive on
game.
offense, the first drive on offense when Lamar got us all the way down the field and he threw it to Justice Hill for the touchdown. That was our only good
Yeah,
offensive
yeah.
possession. Like, for real, to be honest.
Honestly, like no, you're right. I mean, yeah, it was like I don't know. The Ravens started off well and then sinking ship after that. But like I told you, they play like a team that they know was Super Bowl or bust coming in, and then that's exactly how they play. And they play. They look like the players look like they have all the weight of the world on them every game. And you know, in order for it to be Super Bowl or bust, you kind of got to get there. And so far, 1-3, I don't know, man. Lamar hurt. I don't know. Unless Cooper Rush got some Dallas magic in him, I don't know.
That would be so good. It's
I don't know about
risky.
the Ravens this year.
It's risky, but it would be so great if Lamar played this upcoming game versus the Texans. It would be great, but it's
I don't
risky at the same time.
I I know where you're coming from with that. I don't like people playing on hamstrings. I don't
Yeah,
like
I don't,
that
yeah,
that injury
any
is
injury
too
like
much to
that,
play with.
hamstring, calf, foot,
Mhm.
back, like nah, neck injury, and you still trying to little minor tweak that could turn into something crazy.
Yeah.
Like no, nah.
Yes.
You saw what happened to KD. He was good. Then he get
Hey,
come back for
yeah.
Toronto, and then he did that little dance in the locker room, and that was it.
But before we move on to the Ravens, last thought on the game because I did think it was an interesting outcome. Like I told you, if there was ever a quarterback that I needed to win a game, I got Pat Mahomes. But what I will say is that, like I told you, the Ravens I think can't afford to be 1-3. Just where the state of their division is right now, I don't think the Chiefs could afford to be 1-3. So I knew Patrick Mahomes was going to come out and win that game. But before we move on, I do want to get your thoughts on this, right? So hypothetically speaking, say Cooper Rush is the starter for the next 2-3 weeks, whenever Lamar fully recovers from the hamstring, if he decides to sit out. Um, you still got faith? You still got faith?
I always got faith in my team. It's just even though it look horrible, I mean devastating right now. I'm always have faith in my team. Always. So if Cooper
Okay,
Rush can at least
well,
if
I
he can at
respect
least
that.
get us to like 2-4, I would respect him. I would. And keep in mind, we still got Tyler Huntley on the practice squad. I don't know what's going on. He been on a decline since he was, the quarterback for the Dolphins. I don't know what that was, but yeah, we signed him back to the practice squad.
Tell you what it was. I tell you what it was. He's certified journeyman backup. Probably will always be a third string quarterback. But
Yeah, it's like
shout out Tyler Huntley though. Listen, if Tyler Huntley's playing, I'm selling all stock in the Ravens. So I just want to let you know that right now. But we'll move on. We'll move on. We got some other things to talk about. Let's move on. Let's move on to that Dallas game. Tell me, what's your thoughts? The Micah Parsons, excuse me, the Micah Parsons revenge game. The 40-40 tie. That's what it
I'm
was, right? 40-40.
unsatisfied. That's my thoughts on that game. I'm really unsatisfied. I didn't want to draw. I did not want to draw. 40-40 going in overtime.
I know it wasn't. Nobody ever wants to
After
draw,
no,
but
final 40-40, not going into overtime. But it's like, come on. I just needed Micah to win or Dallas to win. I needed a better story. A draw,
well,
it's like Canelo and Crawford getting the draw. It's like, nah, y'all gotta fight again. I'm gonna need this again. And Michael Irvin, he said something that I did see as well.
shout out the
The ref
playmaker.
Yeah,
I saw
playmaker.
it.
Come on
Yes.
now. He said the ref was counting very slow towards the end of that fourth quarter when time was running out. They was counting very slow. Five, four. What you doing
Listen,
tonight?
listen.
Three, two. Hold on, y'all. One. All right. But and you saw the faces on the Dallas Cowboys fans. They were all saying the same thing. And when he said it when he said on Cam and Mate show, it is what it is. He was right because I was looking at the same thing. I'm like, the game is over. Come on now. They're trying to just make a little storyline, make a little, game. All right. A lot of people are expecting, Jerry to, okay, it was smart for him to let Micah go after this game. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a storyline. It was smart for him to let Micah go because they beat the Packers. It was dumb for Micah to not resign. For it would have been all types of stories if it was either or outcome. That's why I wanted a
Yes,
better outcome
yes,
than a draw. Like
yes.
that wasn't satisfying. That's all I'm saying.
What I'll say on the game, because I do have a couple hot takes. You ready for these hot takes? You ready? I have a interesting couple hot takes on this game. The Cowboys surprised me. Cowboys surprised me. I thought they had no chance. I picked the Packers going away. If you would have told me the Packers scored 40, I'd have believed you. Now you telling me the Cowboys scored 40 on the Packers defense? I'd have laughed at you without CeeDee Lamb. But shout out George Pickens. He balled out. Oh my God, he balled out. Shout out George Pickens. But with that being said, a couple interesting takeaways from the game. All right, the Cowboys did everything in their power to not let Michael Parsons ruin that game. The only play where I feel like he saw a single block, he got the game winning sack or the game saving sack, should I say? So they definitely was very conscious of the storyline, and they made sure that the only time we see Michael Parsons was on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
They did not want to allow Michael Parsons to ruin that game for them. So shout out to the Cowboys, very concerted effort to take
Mm-hmm.
Michael Parsons out the game.
For real.
They know what they were doing. They know.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it'd have been hell to pay in Dallas if Michael Parsons would have walked out of there with more than 2 sacks, and the Packers won that game. What I will say though is a couple ticks that this is me bringing it to the pod first and foremost, right? 2 takes for both teams, right? I think the Packers are the most overrated team in football, and you want to know why I say that?
Wow.
They had a good start to the season. They did what they had to do in the first
No, we
first
did.
two
They
weeks.
did.
Ended
Definitely.
up losing to the Browns. Ended up losing to the Browns. You can't really, it happens. It's the NFL. But then you come back in this game and you tie up with the Cowboys without CeeDee Lamb. So yeah, Packers. I know they were everybody's hot pick once they got Michael Parsons, but I really truly feel they're overrated. And I'm gonna tell you why they're overrated. They have everything to be successful. I have no faith in Jordan Love. No faith in Jordan Love.
Don't. I
Now
don't.
he didn't
I got a
necessarily.
question for you, real quick. Where did the Jordan
Yeah.
Love hype come from? Because a lot of football analysts
Be
they,
honest
they
with
have
you.
a liking to him out of nowhere.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? The Jordan Love hype came from him. He has all the talent in the world to be the best quarterback in the league. What gets Jordan Love into trouble sometimes, I don't like his decision making. Some occasions, I don't like his decision making, and I think he doesn't elevate. In the words of Cam Newton and what he was explaining of you either elevate your team or you just a game manager. You got the jersey exactly. You
Mhm.
either the reason your team wins, or you just a passenger on the team on a train
It
for
is what it is.
along for the ride for your
Uh-huh.
team. And I really do feel like Jordan Love is the most overrated, overhyped quarterback in my opinion. Now, talent would suggest that he belongs where he belongs, but I just
Hmm.
haven't seen it yet. And I would love to be proved wrong because, you know, I would love to see the Packers go to the Super Bowl. Anybody but the Eagles. But I would love to see the Packers have a shot to go to the Super Bowl. I just don't. Jordan Love has to show me more. He has to show me more for me to have full belief and faith in him because I
Yeah,
just don't. And I'll be
Jordan
honest
Love.
with you. I think Jordan Love would be the reason why the Packers don't go as far as they hope to go because they have all the pieces. You got the defense, you
Mhm.
got the playmakers, you got the running back, you got the O line. Everything is there for them to make a run. But I feel like Jordan Love would be the piece that holds them back. So that's my hot take for Jordan Love. I overrated. You ready for this one? This one might shock you.
He did have
I think we're seeing. I think
337 passing yards with 3 TDs and was 31 for
I
43.
think yes. See, stats be gone would tell you he had a good game, but
Mhm.
that fumble in the second quarter going into halftime, I think that single handedly changed the momentum of that game. Unfortunately, and it didn't end well, and it didn't go in the Packers' favor.
Mm-mm.
And it's just stuff like that at certain times where, and you gonna come at me and be like, well, you can't blame the fumble on him. Listen, I've seen it too many times of Jordan Love not being the playmaker that he needs to be in the moments that I need him to be the playmaker. So
Mhm.
I'm I just have to see it this year. That's all I'm asking for Jordan Love. Like I hope he proves it. He proves it to me because I want to be wrong. I want to come on the pod and I want to sit here and be like, "Shot, I'm wrong." Jordan Love is like that because I believe he can be like that.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown me enough yet. And I think the contract extension was just a little tiny bit too early. I don't know. I know they had to pay him. I know they had to have pay him just put in the position that they were in. But Jordan Love, again, just a little overrated to me. I don't understand. I don't see what everybody else sees, and that's just my personal opinion. But hot take number 2, and
Uh-huh.
this one is concerning the Cowboys. I think Dak Prescott is playing the best ball I've seen him play. Outside of that Bears game, really, I think that Dak Prescott has looked stellar this year.
Yeah.
Stellar this year. And I think I doubted this Cowboys offense. I really did. But Dak is really showing me something this year. Now, people, I know Stephen A. going to say, "Show me in the playoffs." I know that's the comment. That's what's going. But what I will say is, right now, I think Dak Prescott is playing MVP caliber football. Now, he might not top the rankings just off the Cowboys record, but I think he's playing MVP caliber football quietly though. Listen, he showed me so much in that Packers game. I almost fell in love with Dak Prescott. I almost forgot who was playing quarterback for a second.
Yeah. I would have to disagree. But that's your opinion, and I gotta respect it because the stats kind of say different. I ain't gonna hold you. He had two 300 passing yard games, and the first one was versus your team, the
It's an
Giants.
eye
So
test.
so it's the eye test. Cause so versus the Eagles, he had 188 passing yards with no touchdowns and no interceptions. Versus y'all, he
CD,
had
CD,
361, two
CD is the
TDs,
reason why they lost that game.
well, one interception. And then the Bears, oh my God, he had a horrible game against the Bears. I'm sorry. 251 passing with one TD and two interceptions. Come on now. Not two
Big
interceptions in one
chest.
game. Two interceptions in one game brings your stock right back down. If he had like at least one interception, so he got two on the season. No, you got two in one game. That's kind of a bad look.
Listen,
But I trust your eye test though. I trust your eye
I said take a if you listen. You heard me right.
You
I got 4 of them now. I got 4 of them. You know, I can see stuff you ain't see.
you might got
I
6.
said, I said, I said outside of that Bears game,
uh,
if you watch the way he's played football, like Dak Prescott is the reason they won the Giants game.
respectfully.
Dak
You don't
Prescott is the
necessarily have
reason.
to have like crazy stats to be the reason why your team won the game. You know, hey, Jackson Dart. If he wasn't playing, I don't
Mm-hmm.
come on now. To be honest, let's be. Yeah, I'm telling you. But if you say if you believe he's going to have an MVP caliber season from the eye test, then
Whoa,
I
whoa,
got
whoa, 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 whoa.
what?
I didn't see. This is
Oh, you
how
say he
words get
could be.
misconstrued.
He
No,
could.
I didn't say that either. I said what I said was the original take was I said I think this is the best I've seen Dak play his whole entire career, and I said he is playing MVP
No.
caliber football. I never said he was gonna win it. Cowboys ain't gonna win enough games for Dak to be considered
Yeah,
MVP.
yeah, nah. They don't
But
give the MVP off of 3 and 12. They don't give MVP. So
yeah, but just off of how Dak's been playing this the start of this year, like he has shown me a lot from a quarterback position, man. Listen, I single handedly watch him in 24, 25 seconds, whatever, however much time it was. Too much time, apparently, clearly, too much time for them to do something and still get the field goal off. And from the eye test alone, he wasn't the reason they lost the Eagles game. Shout out CD and his drops, but he was definitely the reason they were in the Eagles game, right? The
hmm
Bears game, we crossed that off. Bears game, it was what it was. Nobody played good that game. The
garbage.
Giants, the Giants
Gar-
game, the Giants game for sure, for sure, for sure. Dak Dak was balling.
hmm
Outside of every, what struck me most about Dak this year that I don't think I've seen in recent years, his willingness to just be so aggressive. Like I feel like I've gotten the most aggressive Dak that I've seen so far. Like it's windows that
Yeah,
I don't think
the
he's
plays, yeah, where he took off running. I was like, all right,
it's
don't
he's
fumble.
doing no,
But
I'm
he,
telling you. He's doing some things this year. Like he's been playing amazing football. He's been the reason that they are in every game. Now, I know the Chicago game is sitting there like a black eye, but it is what it is. But that was my hot take. And shout out to the Cowboys for actually making it a game. Nobody saw that coming, but it was a very very entertaining Sunday night football game. It unfortunately caused me to stay up longer than I wanted to, but
yeah.
it was entertaining. It was entertaining. I can't say nothing about that. But moving on. We could get into to Jalen Hurts and the Eagles and Mr. AJ Brown is his drama. So
hmm
the question I pose to you, right?
hmm
Now we see AJ Brown on the sideline reading the book. We see his post, his tweet, his we see a lot of dysfunction going on over there in Philly, but they
Yeah.
4-0. They 4-0, so they win it somehow, some way. Jalen Hurts is a winner.
hmm
Now, the question I pose to you is: the offensive struggles solely on Jalen Hurts, or do you think it's a bigger problem?
Um, I do feel like they need to feed AJ Brown more receptions. That's a definite. They need to feed him more receptions, just like they need to give Derrick Henry the ball more. Like they both
Saquon.
need more reps.
Are you talking
Cause
about? Are you just talking about in general? How Derrick
yeah,
Henry
in
need more
general,
carries?
they both need more touches because they're
Okay.
amazing asset to the team. Like, come on now. He had one carry. I mean, not one carry. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Derrick Henry. One reception for 8 yards versus the first game of the season versus the Cowboys. That's very sad. And then
Well,
versus the Chiefs, he had 5 receptions for 27 yards. His best game was versus the Rams, 6 receptions for 109. And you can tell the vibes and energy as shown versus the Buccaneers because he walked out of there with 2 receptions for 7 yards. That's it. Nothing else.
uh, you know, as a Giants fan, I usually would relish this moment to take my jab at Eagles and Eagles fans. Most importantly, shout out Gilly. But I can't say nothing because they 4-0. With all these problems, all this drama that they have, and somehow, some way, this team still figures it out. Figures out ways to win. Scores special teams touchdowns. They feel like they get one of those every week. It's like, come on now. I've I've
Yeah.
I've I've rooted for this team's downfall for the past 3 years, and it hurt so much when they got Saquon Barkley. But like I said last week, Jalen Hurts is just a winner. And what I will say about the offense, because I mean, really, if you look at the offense in totality, Saquon Barkley really hasn't been Saquon yet either through the first 4 games. So it's more than just the AJ Brown problem. They have I don't know. I like to put more of the blame on the offensive coordinator. I think they really miss Kellen Moore right now. And I really think this is a combination of things, right?
Mhm.
I think this is really a 2-year problem that's boiling over. AJ Brown couldn't say nothing last year because they won the Super Bowl. Winning cures all problems that you have. But if you recall last year, there was questions about Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown's relationship. The Eagles defensive end, Brandon Graham, came out and say, AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts really aren't that cool. When it was
Yeah.
initially reported that, they were best friends. They were like buddy buddy. And one of the reasons, should I say, that AJ Brown wanted to come to Philly was Jalen Hurts to play with his buddy. What I will say about the AJ Brown thing, listen, bro, he has every right to be frustrated because while I did say I would place the blame on the offensive coordinator
Mhm.
and the play calling that he's called so far, I'm also putting the blame on Jalen Hurts. Listen, stats be darn, right? Stats be darn, because he going to be efficient. And sometimes I think if you specifically watch that Buccaneers game, like yeah, they target him more than they target him in any other game this season. They
Mhm.
gave him his targets, but if you watched his targets, it's like, yo, some of them balls were out of bounds. Like it didn't feel like he gave AJ Brown a
Yeah.
chance to be AJ
He only
Brown.
had he
And
only had 130 for in 2 TDs. That's all
like
he had.
yeah, stats for the season, yes. With with AJ Brown, listen, he's not a receiver that's going to go out there and create 1,000 yards of separation. So sometimes you're gonna have to trust him enough to say, "Hey, my receiver AJ Brown is better than whoever corner is out there." So I'm gonna have to give him a chance. And a lot of his catches is gonna be 50-50 balls. It's just the nature of the beast. That's just how AJ Brown plays.
And what I just said, that 130 and 2 touchdowns, that was Jalen Hurts versus the Buccaneers.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
he
Yes.
he had an okay game. And Saquon, I got an interesting stat for you. Throughout 4 games, the man who had 2,000 last year
Madden
has two
cover curse.
yes, he has
Madden cover curse.
237 rushing yards through 4 games. 4. Quattro. God damn, what's going on? I guess the curse
I
is real, but I thought the curse is when you get injured. God
No, well,
forbid.
it's also I don't know. It's a combination of things in Philly right now, and somehow, some way, they're still 4-0. Just goes to show you that quarterback's winning. That's
Yeah.
why this is why I really despise Philadelphia, because like I said, as a Giants fan, they've caused me so much pain in my fandom. I still get flashbacks to Deshaun Jackson punt return touchdown. Still get flashbacks to that game.
They're reminding you of the Chiefs from last year. Remember the Chiefs was winning
Just
games.
finding ways to win the games.
Yeah, out
Yeah,
of nowhere, it
yeah,
was like just
yeah.
miracles.
Yes,
Like it was like, come
yes,
on,
yes.
y'all know
Listen,
the Buccaneers had an exceptional game. They should have beat the
listen.
Eagles, but they beat themselves.
I'm still mad that Baker Mayfield wasn't able to find a way to beat the Eagles because again, that was one of my picks for the week. Ah, darn Eagles, man. But like I said, it's a combination of things. Like I don't think the offensive line has played really well either. So I could fault that too. I just think nobody's playing well on our offense right now, but it doesn't seem to matter because they still figure out ways to win. And you know, I think AJ Brown might be available for the right bidder, if you ask me. I don't think he want to be in Philly no more, honestly. He got his chip, he got his ring. I think he's looking for other opportunities. I think this could be another Tyreek Hill situation where Tyreek left the Chiefs for the bag.
Mm,
But in this case, AJ's leaving for opportunities.
that's what
And
they say.
that's where
When you
that's
win the
where I'm
chip,
coming
and you go get the bag, and that's what they always say.
But that's where I'm coming. That's where I'm faulting Jalen Hurts a little bit. Like I said, watching that game, it really felt like when he targeted AJ, he didn't have confidence in AJ. Like on one of those balls, you gotta put in the vicinity of AJ so AJ can be AJ. Like I said, AJ not the shifty receiver. He's not going to create a million yards of space. So for you not to trust him to be the physical specimen that he is and come
Mhm.
down with the catch, like you got to trust your receivers. And I can speak only solely on that Buccaneers game. I just don't think Jalen Hurts did a good job of delivering catchable balls. Put it that way. Like a
Yeah,
lot of
well,
those balls, it was just like Let me just get it out there. And it's
Shoot,
like, dang, you ain't even give.
Lamar will trust him. Kyler Murray will trust him. Justin Herbert will trust him. Shoot, Jalen, you better stop playing. Come
Hey,
on now.
hey, hey,
Uh,
hey,
He was
hey.
a huge asset last season.
Jackson Dart trust him. Jackson Dart trust him.
Yes, sir.
While we
Jackson
just while
Dart
we just
trust him.
throwing while we just throwing quarterbacks out there. Jackson, listen, you want a target? Jackson Dart can give you the ball. Nah, I truly do look at exactly. I look at the Eagles and I just look at the totality of their offense. You know, like I said, I think this has been a 2-year issue. I really don't think Jalen Hurts is too happy in Philadelphia right now. I can't say nothing. They're 4-0, so I really can't even criticize them the way that I want to criticize them because they're 4-0. They find ways to win in these. They find ways to win in these games. But you got anything else to add on the Eagles?
All I would say when a team is winning like how they're winning, anything you say, you just sound like you're hating because they're 4-0. You can't really say much.
Unfortunately,
You
unfortunately,
you can say your personal thoughts, but they're still 4-0.
they're still 4-0. At the end of the day, I can sit here and nitpick and critique the offense.
I mean, the whole team of Philadelphia, they still 4.
Literally, they're still 4-0. At the end of the day, you look up at them, and they be like, "What's the record?" Oh yeah, 4-0. They haven't lost, and they beat teams. Personally, they beat teams I thought had a chance to beat them in the playoffs. Like
I
they
thought,
beat the Rams, they beat the Buccaneers.
yeah.
Like it's been interesting to see. But with that being said, let's hop over into a very special segment this week. We introducing it brand new. So we're gonna call it Locks of the Week, right? We're gonna come out with 4 games each. That's guaranteed locks for all the gamblers out there. You know, I don't personally bet myself, but I'm here to make you money. I'm sure Shy here to make you money too.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna give we're gonna give our 4 locks of the week heading into the week 5 season. We're gonna explain to you why we chose the way we chose.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, at the end of it, listen, it's gonna be a little competition between me and Shad. We're gonna tally it up. And we're gonna come back to this week by week to really see, you know. And at the end of it, we're gonna have a little special surprise. I don't know. We'll come up with it. We
Yeah,
haven't
we
came
talk
up with it
about
yet as far as what the loser has to do, but it's going to be fun. So we're gonna start out. Week 5 would be the first initial week we're doing it in. Like I said, every week from here on to the end of the season. We're just gonna tally up the wins, tally up the losses, and see who winning, see who losing. We're gonna revisit it every week. So with that being said, Shy, kick us off. Who you got?
Well, first, I'm going to give you a little update on Thursday Night Football, 49ers versus the Rams. It's third quarter with 54 seconds left. The Giants have the football, and it's
The
20.
Giants.
No, I'm sorry.
The
49ers have the football. I'm thinking of Jackson.
49ers have the football.
My bad. I'm thinking of Jackson. The 49ers.
Listen, by the way, not to interrupt you, but by the way, we're gonna figure out a better schedule to this recording thing. We can't keep recording on Thursday Night Football. We're gonna figure it out though for you.
Yeah,
We're gonna
definitely.
figure it
Yeah,
out for
because
y'all,
I'd
ladies and
rather
gentlemen.
watch, Sure, we could watch it with the pod, but we gonna figure that out.
Oh, watch it with the pod. That could be something we could do. But yeah,
Aiden and
you can
Eli.
continue. A
But
shot and tie, shot and tie.
yes, sir. But 49ers, Rams. 49ers are up 20-14. Third quarter, 17 seconds left. Well, let's get into week 5. My first game, I'm going to give my first game, then you give yours. We're going to go back and forth with it. We
Oh, you
might
want to do it
have,
that way? I bet.
yeah, might as well. We have similar first games, so that's why we gonna start with the Giants versus the Saints. I feel like, don't forget, the Saints are 0-4 as well. So I think y'all might make the, Saints 0-5. That's my pick right there. I got the Giants over the Saints. Talk to me. Who you got?
Talk to me, right? Now, unfortunately, Malik Neighbors can't play in this game, so unfortunately for him, it would have been a homecoming in New Orleans. So shout out Malik.
Yeah.
Get healthy soon. Oh, also shout out Tyreek Hill. You know, never like to see injuries in the
Prayers
game.
out to both of them.
Prayers out to both of them for sure. Definitely get back, get healthy. Can't wait to see you next season. But I'm rolling with you, Shot. You know, as a Giants fan, I've never been more confident right now than having Jackson Dart under center. So I think in Jackson Dart's first road game of his career, he goes out there He puts on a show. He puts on a show without Malik Neighbors. And you know why he puts on a show without Malik Neighbors? Because we got a little special weapon that nobody really know about, and his name
Yeah,
is Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt. So Jalen Hyatt. Excuse me, can't talk right now. My fault. Jalen Hyatt
All
is going to
right.
be the reason. It's going to be the reason we get this done tonight. I see a little deep ball in the forecast. Heading into the game, we are actually the underdogs. Shocker, no shocker there. New Orleans is a
You ain't have to
1.5
say
favorite.
that. The Giants are New York team.
Uh,
My bad.
it's cool though. It's cool. You know what we forgot. What you forgot to do? You gotta give us a score prediction. So I'll give mine, and we go back to you. And you give yours. I got the Giants in this game, 24-16. We going beat the Saints on the road. We're gonna go to 2-3, and yeah, we're gonna get this season going.
24-16.
24-16.
I'll take 21-14. 21-14.
Our defensive line is crazy. By the way. So I envision us giving Spencer Rattler all types of trouble. Shout out Brian Burns, my early defensive player of the year pick. Shout out Brian, having an amazing start to the season. See what we did to Justin Herbert last week. But now we can get into the next one. I'll start this round off. My game two. Now we just had a whole segment about it. We just talked through it. And somebody would call me foolish for picking against them. I might call myself foolish for picking against them. But listen, like I told you guys, I'm here to make you money. I don't come up as a liar. I like to think I know the game, and I like to think I know these outcomes, right? So if you want to make some money, side with me. I got you, fam. I got you. And with that being said, upset of the week. Drum roll, please. Bengals over. Bengals. Oh, damn. I messed it up. Broncos over the Eagles.
That's how you know they're going to win.
Broncos.
5-0. That's how you know they're going to win right there. 5-0. You messed up the drum roll. I told you, magic. They just be winning. See, you gave them the game. God damn. Yeah, you mess with the drum roll.
Broncos.
You mess with 5-0.
Listen, bro.
5-0. They won.
You know what it was? I was too excited to give the pick to where I fumbled over my words. And, as I was saying, Broncos over the Eagles. And you know why I'm choosing the Broncos over the Eagles? Because I think all this turmoil Philly is under finally catches up with them this week. They can't keep getting away with these games, okay?
Yeah.
I think
I like the honesty. I like the honor.
I think the Broncos defense, while they might not be as good as they were last year, they have the talent to slow down an already struggling offense, right? Nick Bonito, by the way, is playing his behind off. Pat Surtain. If you want to throw into AJ now, I don't know if you're throwing to AJ with Pat over there. So shout out another Alabama corner, by the way. Oh, also shout out. I know it's a little off topic, but shout out Alabama for the win over Georgia. All Alabama Crimson Tide fan out there.
That was a good game.
But I got the Broncos. This week, and a score prediction I would say 28-21. I got Broncos 28-21.
28-21. Okay. Well,
even though the Eagles defense is balling right now, I got the Broncos 28-21.
Okay. Well, we forever flocking out here. It's forever, even though Lamar might not play on Sunday. But anyway, Cooper Rush, if you could get us to 2-4, it's well appreciated. No, hold on. If you can get us to 2-4 for the bye, it's well appreciated. And then all our players could come back. And you think, because I don't really, I'm gonna be watching the game, hoping my team wins, but I'm gonna be watching it, not surprised if something bad happens. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised at this point. I'm gonna be watching like, nah, and then we did that. We did that. Like, I'm not gonna be surprised, like, at all. At this point,
you got a favorable.
I do want
a favorable matchup. What's the score? Score prediction.
That's just about to get some score prediction. I would say this would be a low scoring game. because it's not all sunny clouds over there, sunny skies rather over there in Houston. I would say 17-10. Honestly, so yeah,
Okay,
17. We
that's
come out
solid.
on
That's
top.
solid.
Yeah,
That's solid. That's
late
solid.
late in the game, we score. Last minute drive, touchdown. So I say,
That's solid.
touchdown in
That's
the fourth
solid.
quarter. That'll make it 17-10.
That's pretty solid. I'm not mad at that. I like how you have confidence in your backup. Hopefully, he can give you a win. You got a favorable matchup. We'll see.
Come on, Coop.
Let's get into pick three. Let's get
Mhm.
into pick three. I'll let you start off with your pick three. Who you got?
Pick three, I have the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. I don't know what it is, but I'm low-key a fan of Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers right now for some reason. Like, even though they lost to the Eagles, I'm still a fan of them for some reason. Like, I feel like they're going to be
He's
a good team
balling.
in the
That's
playoffs.
why.
They're balling. Like, Mike
Yes.
Evans, another 1,000-yard year. Come on now.
Well,
He's getting
he hurt right now. He hurt right now. So
he's coming back and he's still
unfortunately,
going to get like
all
that'd
right.
be
Well,
crazy.
I love your
That'd be some
confidence.
that'd
I
be some
love your
Adrian
confidence.
Peterson. Come back and go off. But
It's
yeah, like on the contrary,
it's one
he's
of those records
definitely
that get underappreciated.
definitely first ballot Hall of Fame. Like you had that many seasons as Jerry Rice, 1,000 yards. They've already been
I
saying
don't
it.
know.
And that's what I'm saying. They've already been
All
saying
right.
it.
Well,
You had just as many seasons, 1,000 yards consistently. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. That's
I'll
impressive.
disagree with you there. I'll disagree with you there. I don't think he's first ballot Hall of Fame, but I do think he gets in. His 1,000 yard. He 1,000 yard merchant, so he do get his yards, but they've been a little sketchy. It's not like he get racking up 1,500 yards. It's always 1,063, 1,100 yards. So it's like, yeah, he get his 1,000.
Hey, a
Mike
thousand.
Evans, don't get me wrong.
That's what I'm saying. 1,000 is 1,000 as a receiver, though. That's an impressive. You can't
No,
that
yeah, 1,000,
get
a
put on
thousand
a.
is 1,000.
It's hard for receivers nowadays because DBs has always been just as nice as a receiver throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? They have the top DBs guarding the
Oh yeah,
top
yeah,
receivers.
yeah.
And they always have the top DB on Mike Evans. There's some plays in the end zone. There's been times when Mike Evans get doubled. So it's like, yeah, come on, bro. You gotta give him his. I will say this: the stats says so. Don't forget that Super Bowl with Tom Brady. That Super Bowl solidified the first
Well,
ballot. I would agree if he didn't get that Super Bowl, but he got that Super Bowl with Tom Brady. That's what I'm saying. Like that's on his record, and he contributed heavy with Goodwin and AB that year. That's
nah,
what I'm saying.
he did his thing for sure.
There's a good case for it.
He
Like
definitely.
I can't get mad at people saying disagreeing with it, but there's a good case. You know what I'm saying, for either or. But for that game, I feel like this is gonna be a high score game. I got this game going probably 35-27 Buccaneers.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
35-36.
I'm not mad at
Yeah,
that score
I would
prediction.
say 35-27 Buccaneers.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Well, I get in my third pick, and shocker, shocker, I'm a man that just likes upsets. I'm a man that roots for the underdog. I'm always the little guy. Always gonna root for the little guy. Always gonna root for the man that's being underestimated. And with that being said, you wanna know where I'm going this week for my pick number three. Listen, I got a rookie quarterback. I'm coming off of Jackson Dart's first win. I got another rookie quarterback that's about to get his first win.
Mm-hmm.
I got Tennessee over the Cardinals. I think what Cam Ward said in the press conference, I don't curse. In his own language, I'll paraphrase. He said we trash. And I will agree with him. They are some trash.
Right,
They are
ass.
garbage.
I curse for you. It was ass, doo doo, garbage, shitty, dog water, gum at the bottom of the shoe, dirty puddle you accidentally stepped in, doo doo, garbage. That's what he said.
No, they're a struggling football team right now. They're a struggling football team, but I don't like this. This is probably the pick I'm not as confident in, but I have to roll with it because I Ken Wood a dog. I seen it in Miami. I seen it
Yeah.
at Washington State. I watched highlights from in Corner Ward, and I know he turned all three of those programs around and made them relevant again. And I think he do the same with Tennessee. I think he gets them on the board with their first win. Now, this all hinges on a lot of factors, being working out in their favor. But I think if all goes well, Cam Ward gets his first win tonight. Sunday, excuse me. Sunday at 4. Cam Ward will be in the winners column. Now, as a score prediction, I don't have this. I'm same with you. I don't have this as a high scoring game per se.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Titans scratching it out, calling it, fighting this one, getting this one out the mud. Shout out Zach Randolph and Tony Allen. I say 17-14 Titans.
That I ain't gonna lie, it looked like that type of game. You know what I mean? It really looked like a low scoring, everybody's. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 0-0 going into halftime type of game. I wouldn't be
I
surprised,
wouldn't be surprised
or
either.
7-0,
But
like at least 7-0.
The Titans offense is just that garbage. They oh my God.
Yeah,
It's crazy as a
and
Giants fan.
the Cardinals is 2 snaps away. Two fourth
No,
downs
but
away.
as a Giants fan, for me to even comment on somebody else's offense kind of seems like a little bit redundant. But we do have a 30-point game this year.
Yeah,
We have a 30-point game this year.
I would say
So
New York is definitely producing better, numbers than Tennessee, even though the records
oh
are,
yeah, for sure.
you know what I'm saying?
We're
They're
not
definitely a better
we're
team right now. But
now, yeah, that all can change though, because that's just how important Malik Neighbors is to this roster. So we'll
yeah,
see. But like I said, I love the. Now I know a lot of people didn't necessarily like what Cam Moore had to say, but listen, as a quarterback, I love it. Listen, come up to the press conference, right? You being a leader of the team, we need to play better, and it starts with him. He needs to play better, but it also his surrounding supporting pieces need to play better. That offensive line needs to play better. The receivers need to play better. Calvin Ridley, where are you? Like he got paid and can't find him on the field. Like everything needs to come together, but I believe this week it will. I just think they have to get it out the mud this week. I really do think it's a very low scoring game, and I think due to it being a low scoring game, I think Cam gets it. I think just the fighter in Cam, the grittiness in Cam, the leader that Cam is, and the player I know Cam could be, he gets his first win today. This Sunday.
okay. Well, my
So
last game, because we were doing 4 4 each. My last game,
we doing 4.
I'm gonna go with the Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP. First, the Heisman Trophy winner. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs and Jaguars, and I got the
What game is
Jaguars
that,
over
sir? Oh,
that.
Chiefs and
That's Monday.
Jaguars.
Yes, that's Monday night. Yes, sir. I have the yeah. I'm gonna go with Trav. Killer Trav. Going Killer Trav. Yeah, Killer Trav. Yeah, you see how they go together now, right? Yeah, 'cause you Trav first Trav.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
you know what? Respect to you. Kudos to you for keeping that as your last pick. Because I can't wait to get here on the next pod and tell you how wrong you going to be in that game. Which,
Yeah.
Jaguars over the.
Yeah.
Just give the people your score prediction. See, he trying to lose y'all money. I'm trying to make y'all money.
The score prediction.
I'm trying to get you money.
The score prediction. I'll go 21-10. I feel like the Chiefs still have some
Okay.
problems. The Jaguars definitely plays better defense than the Baltimore Ravens right now, which is a sad thing for me to even say, for me to utter out of my mouth right now. That the
Every
Jacksonville
team in the
Jaguars are
league play
playing.
better defense than the Ravens.
Yo, they have some dogs on defense in Jacksonville. Their offense, of course, it's not going to produce like you expect them to, but that defense is something this year. They're slept on because they're not really talked about as much because their defense will go out there on third down, punt. Lawrence can't do nothing. He can't find nobody. There's been clips of Travis Hunter being open and he's just not even looking his way. It's kind of sad. I feel bad for Travis, but he's still
And
keeping that
you
professional aura on him. Like he's still not complaining. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go. The Jaguars might surprise. They might surprise y'all.
you know what's crazy about that pick? I love the fact that you trashed the quarterback and then still chose the Jaguars to win this game. See, guys, I'm trying to tell you, he trying to lose you money. You want to make money? Come side with me. He trying to lose you money. He just went on a whole spiel about Trevor Lawrence being a bad quarterback,
Hey,
and
I gamble.
he
I
chose the
gamble.
Jaguars in this game.
You said the eye test. You the nigga that said that Dak Prescott is playing like a MVP caliber. No, he ain't. No, he ain't. Garbage.
Okay.
So I
Like I
can say
said,
that. You
I
can say
can't
that.
wait. I can't wait till next pod. We gonna revisit this. Don't worry, guys. We gonna revisit
Yeah,
this.
definitely. We're gonna
I
give our
can't
final
wait.
scores. Definitely
I,
gonna give our final scores.
so being that you chose that awful pick, Chiefs gonna lose to the Jaguars. We're gonna see about that, sir. I'll end it off with a nice little safe pick. Take you to the bank on this one. I'm gonna go with the heavy favorites, Buffalo Bills over the Patriots as their favorite
Oh wow. Oh
at
wow.
a
Oh wow.
-7.5.
So I picked the Jacksonville Jaguars over the Chiefs, but you're gonna pick a team that's definitely I could put my life on the line that the Bills is gonna beat the Patriots. The Patriots have been under construction since Cam Newton left, and you gonna pick them that game? Of course, everybody, bet all your money on Buffalo. You're gonna cash out. You're gonna cash out. At least I'm picking the
What
underdog.
what
You gonna
my
pick the you gonna
what my
pick the
good man
the
just
the
what
overdog.
my oh whoa.
Who on the
We ain't
Patriots gonna do
criticizing
something?
picks now. I done picked two underdogs.
Oh, all right. Oh,
It's
okay.
the
All right.
it's the
No, I
Stephon
can't
Diggs
criticize
revenge
your
game.
pick, but
What
I'm
you
just
mean?
saying
It's the Stephon
that's
Diggs
kind of
revenge game.
easy. That's kind of easy. Kind of an easy pick. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, did you realize I just picked the Titans to win a game? That's you know how confident you gotta be to have the Titans winning the game. All I'm gonna say
Nah,
is before I was really into before I
I
was
feel bad.
really
Yeah, I feel bad for
before,
Cam Ward. That's
before
why
I was
it's like, but that is the Cardinals. That's why that was a valid pick. I'd rather you had said the Bengals and the Lions game, but you know the Lions
I'm
about to
trying to
slaughter them.
listen.
So
I'm
there's no point of
trying
that.
I'm trying to make the consumer some money before I was really interrupted. As I was saying, I would take the Buffalo Bills over the Patriots, and I got the Buffalo Bills in a landslide. Okay, all right. Well, I got the Buffalo Bills again in a landslide. Now, I shouldn't say landslide because I do think it's going to be close. I actually like the way Drake May has played this year, and I think you're watching Josh Allen versus baby Josh Allen in this game. So it should be a fun watch. The Sunday night game. I'm gonna be tuned in. I know y'all gonna be tuned in, but we're gonna be watching the Buffalo Bills W as I got them winning 31-20.
Ain't nobody watching that. Ain't nobody watching. I think the
It's
only
this.
reason people are watching the Chiefs game is because Taylor Swift. It's a Monday night. Taylor Swift might be there, and Travis Hunter. That's the three big
Well, you
reasons why people gonna watch that game. Nobody watching Sunday night football. After them
now we
three,
gonna
4
watch.
o'clock games, it's over. Nobody watching that Sunday night football game. But if y'all trying to make y'all money, of course you're gonna need to watch it. So respectfully.
Listen, as I was saying, this man picked the Jaguars over the Chiefs. That's why we gonna watch it. They gonna kill you in the comments. And they gonna let you know that was a horrible pick. Chiefs winning that game going away, guys. Take it
I
from
just
me. Like I said, I'm trying to make you
you know
money.
why I
He's trying to
picked
lose you money.
they kicked our ass last week, and I do not want to see Taylor Swift at the
Take your
bottom.
feelings out of it. Take your feelings out of
In
it.
fact,
Take your feelings out of it.
Patrick
Okay.
Mahomes. Touchdown. The cameraman. Who's like, damn. And they in the end zone celebrating. Point it to them. The engineer,
The
double
Taylor
high five and Ice Spice. Like, come on now. I'm like, yeah.
the Taylor Swift effect. Shout out Taylor. We don't want to offend any Taylor Swift fans on here. We are supportive of Taylor Swift.
You're gonna pop out with Bad Bunny. She gonna pop out
But
right with Bad Bunny.
like I
What? She
said,
gonna come out of nowhere. Bad Bunny gonna be standing there. She just gonna rise right up next to him. Everybody gonna wall out. Watch, mark my words. Jay-Z got something cooking. Jay-Z, Hov got something cooking. Watch.
Yeah, that was our pick segment, guys. Like I said, you want to make money, you're gonna go with my picks, guaranteed lock. You want to lose money, you're gonna choose the Jaguars over the Chiefs. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But in our transition, we're gonna leave the football behind. We're gonna get into this get into a little NBA, right? ESPN about a week ago released the top 100 players list that caused a lot of reaction, a lot of discourse around the list, and what I like to call just a personally awful list that they put together every year. I think they do it for the clickbaits. I think they do it for the views. And hey, we here to react to it. So Sean, give me your thoughts. What was your first initial reaction? What's the biggest surprise you see?
We can literally talk about.
First of all, do you think they got it right?
Of course, they never get it right.
Do you think they got it right?
They never get it right. They
don't
never
ever get it right. No.
Like they get a couple right, but they don't never get the full. Even with the NFL top 100, they never get it right, like correctly. Like they only get like 1 to like 15 sometimes correct. Everybody else, they just be throwing players in their place at 16, 47, 88. You know damn well he was cooking last season, but that's how these sports analysts do it. But from, I would have to say 51 to 1. No, I'm gonna go 100
No,
to 50.
Let's.
Yeah,
You
I'm
want
gonna
to start
go
at the
from
bottom?
yeah, no, I'm gonna go from 100. And it's a lot of people.
Okay.
We could talk about
What's
this for
your initial reaction?
Initial reaction is crazy.
We can talk. We can make this a whole episode if we wanted to.
Yeah, so you know what? Because I see Draymond Green at 51. Read off. I need you to do me a favor. Read off 1 to 10.
All right, so I got the list pulled up right here. So at number 10, we got Jalen Brunson, King of New York. We got Slim Reaper, Kevin Durant at 9. We got Goat James at 8. We got 7, Waldo, Mr. Stephen Curry. We got Ant Edwards at 6. We got Wembanyama at 5. We got Giannis at 4. We got Luka at 3. We got SGA at 2. And of course, we got Mr. Nikola Jokic at 1. Thoughts. They get it right?
Respectfully,
they get it right.
That respectfully, that top 10 was valid, but it was just that number 1 and 2 for me. Even though I do agree with it, that I do agree, but the MVP should always be number 1.
Be 1. I'm not mad at it. I feel like
that's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at it because he's if he was so the MVP race was like right here, like literally. So I can't be mad at that. But I feel like the person who wins it should be number 1 just for the year.
I'm not mad at that take. What I will say to that is, listen, that man Jokic is bad, bro. Like I don't think there's a player in the league better than him. So I'm not gonna argue with them putting Jokic at 1. While I would agree, MVP probably should get the number 1 spot, but realistically, I still might take Jokic over SGA. But I'm not mad. I'm not arguing either way. Like if you take SGA, you take SGA. Me personally, I'm gonna take Jokic, but I'm not mad at the people that take SGA. So but I do agree with you. SGA probably should be number 1 for the sake of the list and for the sake of him.
MVP. Won MVP offense. Come on now. He won the Western Conference Finals trophy. Come on now.
Yeah.
I think he won didn't he win the scoring title as well?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. He had a perfect season. That's what I'm saying. He literally had a perfect like a perfect season.
What I will say to the list, I always feel like the top 10 of this list is very interchangeable. I feel like, you're going to have, I feel like there's a consensus top 10. I feel like every player in this top 10 is right. I feel like they got it in the most perfect order. No, I agree with Jalen Brunson at 10. I agree. Oh, debatable because I like Donovan Mitchell too. So, I could have, if you would have put Donovan Mitchell at 10, I'm not arguing with you there, but I can see where Jalen Brunson is a top 10 player just off impact alone and what he did for the New York Knicks, King of New York. But as far as this list, now, is Wembanyama a top 5 player in the league, you think? I don't know. I think that might be a little too high.
After this season, we'll see.
He will be. He will be. Yeah, this season, if he takes the leap I expect him to take, I think this position is more than warranted, more than granted. But so far in the league, do I think he's earned a top 5 slot? I don't know. So I think he's top 10. I just don't know if I have him at 5 yet. Yet
Yeah,
5 feels like a stretch, but I can see where at the end of the year we like, yeah, for sure, Wembanyama's a top 5 player in the league, potentially the best big in the league, just off impact, of what he can do on both ends of the floor. So I'm
yeah.
not mad at him putting it at 5. Would I put him at 5? No. I actually have Steph Curry a little bit higher. I think Steph Curry should be in the top 5, if you ask me.
Huh?
But at 7, I'm not mad at it. And at 6, I'm not mad at that either. I think he's perfectly slotted at number 6. And then you got the group of the old guys down here with LeBron and KD, very interchangeable, but both still top 10 players in my opinion. Now,
But that,
here's where the list gets volatile, right? Because then you go 50 to 11, right? So just off rip, things that stood out to me just initially, if we go through the list, they have Derek White ranked in the 20s, right? And
that,
just let me pull it up. He's ranked 26th. Now, I love me, Derek White. I love the way he played. Do I think he's a top 26 player in the league? Stretch. I don't know. I don't know if I'm putting him there. I think I think they have Sengun ranked too low. I think 25 is a little too low for Sengun. I actually have him as a top 20 player in the league. I love Sengun's game. And I like the way he's been playing in Euro basketball too over the summer.
yeah,
So that's just stuff initially that stood out to me. Like I'm a Heat fan, and I'm probably taking Sengun over Bam, and Bam's ranked at 21, higher than him. So that's just that. I don't feel like Kawhi is a top 20 player in the league anymore. I think you could drop him a little lower in the 20s. I still think he's top 25. I'm just not sure if I
well,
have him.
I would say this. It he's been injured too much. That's why I would say
Yeah,
Kawhi Leonard.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not
he's been.
sure. Yeah,
That's
I'm not sure if I have him over Sengun personally. I'm not sure if I'm putting him that high. And then just initially, like you want to go from 11 up, right? So we got Jalen Williams, shockingly top 11 basketball player. Now he is a great player. Love what he does for Oklahoma City. J Dub, that is. Is he better than Cade at 12? I don't know. I'm not
yeah.
taking Jalen
He
Williams.
definitely had a better season than Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams just he contributed to the team, just like Derek White. They're great
Yes.
contributors to their number one star. But don't they? Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
just don't
have
feel like
Yeah, Williams at 11. Nah, not 11. Like I feel like top
yes.
20 right now, definitely. I feel like I can honestly I wouldn't be mad at them putting him top 20. Right? And the 11 right after Jalen Brunson? Nah, not when
That's
the
what I'm
season
saying.
Cunningham was having. Nah, can't have
That's what
that.
I'm saying. I think Jalen Williams is ranked a little too high on this list. Like theoretically, Chet is in the 20s and Jalen Williams is at 11. I think Jalen Williams realistically is in the 20s or just a little bit lower in the teens if you're gonna put him in the teens. 11, that's a little too high for my liking. Great player though. Great, great for what he's able to do in that OKC system for sure.
Hmm.
Loved his finals. Loved his finals. With that being said, they got Evan Mobley at 13. Shocker. Anthony
Yeah,
Davis at 14. Um, they have Evan Mobley ranked above Donovan Mitchell. What you think? What you think about that? Both being
that's
on that Cleveland team. Donovan
yeah,
Mitchell is actually the 15th player in the league. Now I think that's incredibly too low for Mr. Mitchell. Incredibly too low. Incredibly
yeah.
too low. I would
Somebody
actually
has
have him at 11.
somebody has a grudge with Coco Jones or somebody. I don't know
Shout out
because
Coco.
that
Shout out
that
Coco.
that's the third to have Donovan Mitchell at that number, but you have Jalen Williams at 11. Like, come on now, what are we talking about here?
Yes, I think that's insane to have Evan Mobley over Donovan Mitchell. I know what Evan Mobley can provide from a two-way impact, but
Hmm.
I mean Cleveland without Donovan Mitchell are they in the same position they were last year?
For real?
Probably not.
Yeah.
So moving on, we got Devin Booker at 16. Fairly, I can respect that. No arguments there, no pushback there. We got Paolo coming in at 17. No arguments there. Jimmy Butler coming in at 18. What you think about that?
Now the rest
He's
of the
ranked
list,
ahead of Jalen Brown, by the way. Jalen Brown's
it's
at
like
19.
it's like the rest of the list. what we think really ain't gonna matter because this in this part of the list, they just throwing people in. You know what I'm saying?
They
So
are
it's like I can't
listen.
really give you a real input on Jimmy Butler and them because now it's like the NBA is different. It used to be a plethora of okay, you know where to put this player at, you know where to put this player at. It's different in the league. Everybody contribute in there, you know, in a different way on their team. So I'm not mad at Jimmy Butler. Yeah, it was his first year with the Warriors. Yeah, but it's like, still can't be mad with his past production, which was very recent. So
What I will say to that is, me being a Miami Heat fan, you know, I have the utmost respect for Jimmy Butler and all the things that he accomplished for us. And I was actually sad to see him go last season. But 18 at this point in his career, I don't know if I'm putting him that high. That's another player I feel like I can drop a little bit. I mean, moving on to the list, like every year I feel like Trae Young and John Morant and LaMelo Ball and just players like that don't get enough respect from lists like this. Like to have
Chris Craig,
Trae Young as
Chris Craig. You know what?
29th,
We're not even going. We're not even going to hit the whole 100 players. We got to hit the star players because I'm just thinking you didn't say Trae Young yet, and his season last year was type fire.
you want to
Trae
know
Young
where
should
he
have been a
ranked?
Trae Young should have been 11.
You want to know where he ranked? I just feel like he always gets criminally underrated for what he is able to do with an Atlanta team that's basically Trae and friends, is what I would call it.
Hmm.
He's ranked 29th. He's ranked 29th in the league with some interesting names ahead of him. Like you're telling me Derek White's better than Trae Young?
Yeah, yeah. That
Matter of
you're
fact, you
telling
telling me
you're
Derek
telling me
White?
Evan Mobley is better than Trae Young, like having better, like putting up better stats. I know they play different position, but we're going off top 100 off of their stats, off of their production and numbers they put up. No, like
I
you
just
can't
don't
have.
like. I just don't like. I just don't like the disrespect that Trae Young gets.
Mhm.
They got Derek White at 26th on this list. So just for going through the top 50, right? If we want to go through some notable names that he's ahead of Trae Young, 29th, as I mentioned. He's ahead of John Morant, ranked at 33, right? Then you got De'Aaron Fox coming in at 35. You got another surprise in there, Ivica Zubac at 36, which is interesting. Um, and then you got Darius Garland down there at 38. You got a lot of us. Then you got a slew of role players to round out the 40s with Aaron
Yeah,
Gordon,
that's what they do.
OG
Yeah, they put
Ananobi.
a lot of role players in the top 100.
But I just think this list is crazy. I think
Hmm.
the biggest shocker to me, outside of Derek White being ranked the 26th player in the league, is you got a rookie ranked 52 in the league. A rookie ranked 52.
I know you're not talking about
Now,
Dylan.
no, not at all. I'm talking about Mr. Flag, Mr. Flag himself.
Ooh,
Now, no hate to Flag, no hate to Mr. Cooper Flag. I'm a Duke Blue Devils fan, so I love the kid. I think he's gonna be
wait,
special in
wait,
this league.
wait, wait, wait. Time out, time out, time out. If you haven't played not even a second in the NBA yet,
A
you
second,
shouldn't
a
be on the
second.
you shouldn't be on the top 100 list. You
You
shouldn't.
shouldn't be on this list.
No,
I
you
agree.
haven't
I
played
agree.
yet. You haven't played the NBA rep yet. Nah, that's not valid.
I think I think this list criminally is. I think it's just for clicks at this point because
Yeah, definitely.
Cooper
It's all
Flag is a. You want to know notable names Cooper Flag is ahead of. I mean, if you just want to throw it out there, he's ahead of Bradley Bill. He's ahead of Paul George. He's ahead of. I mean, he's ahead of some names, man.
him being ahead of
Like
anybody was crazy. They played a game. They played
he,
they passed the
they
ball. They
got.
shot a three. They dunked the ball. They played the NBA game. They have the NBA experience.
That's what
They
I'm
can
saying. Like
say they played the
he's
NBA game. If you haven't played,
he's
even
ahead
what
of
I just said, Dylan Cooper, he shouldn't be on the list. Any rookie
Dylan.
that haven't played yet, any rookie should not be on this list.
Listen, Dylan Harper unfortunately did not make the list. I believe Cooper Flag is the only rookie that made the list. But
Yeah,
to have Cooper ahead of DeMar DeRozan, to have Cooper ahead of LaMelo Ball, which I believe
Demar.
no, he's ahead of Brandon Ingram. He's ahead of some guys, man. Like There's some names.
Yeah, highly,
Listen,
highly clickbait. Highly clickbait. Highly.
Zach
Okay.
LaVine, DeMar DeRozan came in at 80. Zach LaVine came in at 72. You got Kobe White coming in at 71, which is ridiculous in my mind. You Tyler Hero made the All-Star team last year and got ranked 68. The 68th player. This list makes no sense. So you mean to tell me Cooper Flag is better than All-Stars? Better than All Stars. Because like this list is criminal. Like to have Aaron Neesmith ranked ahead of Tyler Hero is insane. Is actually
Yeah.
insane. Like LaMelo Ball is ranked 63. LaMelo freaking Ball is ranked 63. Zion is ranked 61. Injuries, we know why he's down there.
Yeah, come on, that's
I
self-explanatory.
mean, it's crazy. I mean, you got Isaiah Hartenstein as the number 50, 58, no, 56 player in this ranking. Isaiah Hartenstein is the 56th player in this ranking.
That's crazy. He's one of the
Alex
best in the
Caruso
league.
is 53, by the way. Alex Caruso is ranked 53.
Russo?
Now, I don't want to take away nothing that these two individuals provided to their team because they were the sole reasons why they were even in the finals in the first place, or one of the sole reasons, should I say, just from their defensive versatility and how they helped that team, especially Alex Caruso. But in a world where Alex Caruso is ranked ahead of Zach LaVine, Tyler Hero, LaMelo Ball, guys that play with the ball, is insane. Now, I'm not opposed to putting him on the list, but 53 is insane to me. Like Cooper Flag at 52 is insane to me. Like, brother, can he take a shot in the league? Can he get on the floor? Like 52? That's disrespectful. Draymond at 51 comes in at 51. I know you had some words about that earlier. I don't mind Draymond coming in at 51, honestly.
Yeah, 51
Draymond,
is,
so, you know.
yeah, he's on a major decline right now, and that's okay. His career is already stamped. You know, he's a Hall of Famer. It's
Yeah, he's a Hall of
already
Famer for
it's
sure. I
set in
mean, his
stone.
role
He's good.
for what he did. Yeah, for what he does in that Golden State team, I don't mind him being at 51. I think just having Cooper ranked that high, having some of these veterans
At all.
ranked that low, like Tyler Hero ranked where he was ranked after me in All-Star is absolutely insane. It's insane. Like, you mean to tell me Tyler Hero not a top 50 player in the league? I'm not saying top 20. I'm not saying top 10. Tyler Hero's not top 50. A top 50 player in the league?
Yeah.
But, you know, with that being said, that was our thoughts on the list. I think ESPN comes out with this Fugazi list just to get clicks. Because outside of the top 10, what did they get right? And it's debatable the top 10. So,
And that's what I said. That's what I
this
said
whole
to you.
list is
After the I would say
yeah.
15. I would say 20. It's like I can't even say 20. Top 15. It's all BS. It's all BS.
It's all BS. Like for real. Honestly, looking at this list, I have nothing good to say about it. Now, I understand it's hard to sit there and rank 100 players in the league, but this is absolutely insane. Like Derek White at 26 is insane to me. Do I think Derek White is good? Do I think he's a top 50 player? For sure. At 26 is insane to me. But, you know, like I said, the list is for clicks. Nothing about this list is wrong, right? Like what Gil says, usually after the top 15 players, you really don't care about this list anyway. And ESPN never gets it right. Never gets it right. So the list is what the list is. But, you know, you got any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
Nah, man, just that Fugazi list. Just hoping to win on Sunday. You know, versus the Texans versus Houston. Hope Cooper Rush could, you know, get us to at least 2-4. And I hope Lamar, if you really hurt, just sit out, bro. You're a great, you're a Hall of Famer. You're first ballot Hall of Famer right now. Right now, you're doing unbelievable things at the quarterback position. If you're honestly hurt, just sit out. I don't want you just making it worse. You never know what could happen. But if you pull through, you pull through. That's nothing but God. If you know, if you get the signs and everything, sit out. Sit your ass down. Cooper, do what you need to do. Do what you need to do.
Listen, pity me a fool if Lamar is hurt and Cooper able to get you at least a game. Does that mean he'll have the same amount of wins as Lamar Jackson this season? So if Cooper gets you a win, pity me a fool. Your
The
only
same
hope
amount of
is that
the
Lamar
same
ain't
amount of
as hurt.
win as the Ravens, not Lamar Jackson, as the Ravens.
Okay,
They
my fault. Hey, my fault.
Lamar
My
can't
fault.
play
I'll
defense.
be respectful
Lamar
and
does
say the
not
word.
play defense.
I'll be maybe you might need him on defense. Maybe he could get a stop. Maybe he could get a stop. Maybe he could pick a ball off or something.
Real.
But with that being said, you know, we getting up out of here. That's a wrap for episode 2. You
Hold up,
could
hold
catch
up,
us.
hold
Oh,
up,
one
hold
more
up,
thing.
hold up. What's your predictions on what's your, how you think Jackson Dart going to throw more than 100? Or you think how about this? Do you think Jackson Dart is throwing for 200 plus before we get up out of here?
No, I don't think
No?
I think you see another. I actually think you see another ultra conservative game plan that you saw last week against the Chargers. I think that we are still trying to figure out who's going to step into that Malik Neighbors role. I like our wide receivers with Malik Neighbors. I don't know if I like my wide receivers without Malik Neighbors. Like Darius Slayton is a good receiver. Is he a number one? Wandell Robinson plays his role. Can he assume that? And I know I made the Jalen Hyatt shout out earlier in the episode, but me being realistic now, taking a holistic view to it, it's just a lot of things we have to figure out before I see a game plan where it requires Jackson Dart to drop back and throw for 200 yards. I will say this: I do think you see, you see it kind of like if you can recall like the 2022 Giants season. I think it'd be kind of reminiscent to a little bit of that playbook and how they ran it with Daniel Jones, where Daniel Jones is always a threat to run. So I do think you see a lot more running from Dart. Hopefully this week. I
Okay.
don't need him to prove that he's a tough guy. I don't need him to prove that. Just get down and slide, my brother. You showed me enough last week. Listen,
Yeah.
just get down and slide. I don't need you taking any unnecessary hits. Listen, you're going to be the quarterback here for a very long time, and that's stamped. Tyree stamps it. You're going to be a quarterback here for at least 10 years. So I'm looking forward to watching his career, but I don't think he gets his first 200 passing yard game against the Saints. I would love to be wrong. I'm rooting to be wrong. I just don't think that's how we win the game. I think it's going to be very reminiscent of last week. It's going to be a gritty, grimy game.
Okay.
Yeah, I think defense does what defense does. They put pressure, they apply pressure on Spitler Rattler, rattle him a little bit. Maybe he gives us one, maybe he gives us two. Never know. But I do think
Okay.
it's gonna be a gritty performance, gritty run. But that's my Jackson Dart prediction. That's my Giants expectations. Hopefully we get to 2-3. And you never know. Maybe we'll have a better record than the Ravens this week.
I hope not.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But one little quick shout out also before I go. Shout out my Yankees, as you see I'm decked out in my Yankees gear. We just advanced. Out of the wild card, beating the Red Sox 4-0. So if you occasionally saw me turn my head, that's why the game was on. Just checking on my boys. But yeah, shout out to my Yankees. We moving on up in the playoffs. Maybe I have my jersey on next week too. We never know. Maybe this is the good luck charm. But we're gonna get up out of here. As always, follow us, like the video, comment on the video. We love to hear your feedback. We want to hear your feedback, and we want to get your reaction. And as always, we appreciate the support. We're gonna keep grinding for y'all. We're gonna keep putting together content. Like I said, we're gonna make sure we on top of this weekly episodes, and we're gonna continue to strive to do what we need to do to put out the best content possible. And we enjoy doing this, so hopefully you guys enjoy the episode as well. With that being said, we're gonna sign up. We're gonna sign off. We're gonna get up out of here. Like I said, follow us on all platforms. Game Talk with Ty. We will be posting regular content. Episode hopefully will be out in the near future. And yeah, with that being said, that's a wrap. As always, family first, God first, and we out of here. Enjoy. Thank you.